Kohalo, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ruach Kodash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your servant Yashar with another beautiful epistle. It says here, Macron. And Macron, I found out, is the president of France, has been the president of France since 2017. So in other words, he's the elected puppet, a talking head, if you would. Macron's popularity dips by 13% among young people after France introduces health passes and mandatory vaccination. All right, let's get it. So it says here, French President Emmanuel Macron has lost some popularity among so-called young people after his government announced new rules about health passes and mandatory vaccination for health workers. Not just, his disapproval rating, but we don't really care about that. I want to get to the juice. I want to get to the main part of the meal. It says here, starting from July 21st, a health pass will be required to enter leisure and cultural venues. So what's an example of that? Like music, concerts and shit, probably movie theaters, all that bullshit. So, and cultural venues where there are more than 50 people. I'm not sure if there's this Great Millstone France, but I'm most positive there are elect in France. So for whatever reason, y'all stay strong. It's just a test. It's just like when I forget which state it was. I think it was in Hawaii, and there was a flood or something. I don't know, it escapes me, but you had a camp down there. But by the grace and power of Yahweh Shemashai, I do believe that the righteous brothers of that camp, if they were all righteous, so be it. Whatever, they escaped that tribulation. So same thing with this. But it says here, from the beginning of August, people must show a health pass to dine in cafes and restaurants and shop at malls. Doesn't that sound a lot like Revelation chapter 13, verse 16? And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or on their foreheads, and that they can't buy nor sell. I mean, damn. Like, what are you supposed to do? I'm talking from the perspective of someone that's just a regular citizen that just for whatever reason doesn't have the vaccination. So they can't even, that you basically become isolated and ostracized. But the scriptures talk about solitude. So, I mean, if we're the elect, we should thrive in this kind of environment still. But it says here, this week Macron announced that all health workers have to be vaccinated by September 15th. So mandatory vaccination. Like, damn. You know that France, I'm pretty sure, ain't no third world country. All right, so the fact that this is happening, this is just the pilot, a test. Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, we know he likes to do things in stages, tests, experiments, right? But the beautiful thing is that it's all orchestrated truly by Yahweh Shemashai, because man's goings are of the Lord. So it says here, the new regulations were met with some pushback from the public, right? So-called conspiracy theorists, anti-vaxxers, single moms that believe it's fucking causes autism. You've heard it a billion times, right? Opponents of the mandatory measures held protests in Paris and other cities on Saturday. And these people are stupid because now the government just knows who is against their system, right? That's why it says follow not a multitude to do evil. And they're going to be watched for. Not to mention, if people really believe that they have rights in the country that they're in, they're out of their mind. You're a slave. They show you this in Matrix. You're a slave, Neo, right? You're a slave. It says here, over 55% of people have been fully vaccinated in France, according to the governmental. Oh, look at what Gabrielle has to say. The capricious, or hold on, how you pronounce this?
Capricious.
Capricious. What does it mean? Fickle. All right. So the capricious and defeatist fringe minority, which would be happy to remain in chaos and inactivity. Sounds like some Latin bullshit to me, you feel me? But anyways, point of the matter is, this is extremely beautiful because we want stuff like this to happen. I am totally on board with this. This is beautiful. You want people vaccinated. Those people. You want those people vaccinated so things could be sped up. I don't see a problem with this. Where'd you keep your stuff? Oh, I keep it close by. Inside joke is shy if you catch this. So yeah, let's get the script. So this is Mark. This is Yahushua Hamashiach speaking. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Right? A precept for that is a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And Esau Edom embodies that. Esau Edom, let's just say there's a building with one person they want dead. They'll destroy the whole building just to get to that one person. That's their mentality. They'll call it collateral damage. As long as the job is done, that's all that matters. So with Esau Edom, we know that France, I believe, is part of the European Union, and they are operating because this is what the elitist bankers want them to do. So we're going to have to watch this story and see how France and its population react to it and what happens, and then patiently wait for it to hit other countries. All right, because we know that the elect are going to be saved through all this because they have the mark of exemption, which is the Thawa, which means you have the names, pertaining to Joel chapter 2, verse 33. So says here, James 3 and 16, for where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. And is this world's foundation not envying and strife? Excess, carnality? Why do you think this place is equated to Babylon? Babal, confusion. It's just mad confusion, mad backwards, inside out, upside down, flipped up. That's why, man, when Yahushua Mashiach makes his triumphant return with the archangel Michaela and the other angels, man, no eye has seen nor ear has heard, right? 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. So this is Job chapter 1, verse 7. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And are we going to see on the news, local has run into Satan and taken pictures? You know, it's not like that at all. It's all spiritual. Countries have spirits, land have spirits on them. That's why we have the land Shabbat. So now you have France, and I believe there's another country doing the same thing. I forget what they're called, though, at this point. But with this whole COVID, like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is beautiful. Like, we were talking about our salvation is nearer than we believe, but now it's actually near than what we believed. And we believed it was near. Like, this is beautiful. Like, the Wadi Halbush for inventing Satan to do this type of work. Like, this is amazing. You're going to see all these people vaccinated, and it's just going to be wonderful, because then prophecy is sped up, sorry. All right, but what about for us? Well, this is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 7, verse 1. Do no evil. And what's evil? Idolatry. What's idolatry? Putting anything above Yahweh Shai. That's what it is in the essence. Because we're naturally, in these chains of darkness, we're naturally sinners. We're going to go off. But the worst thing we could do is put anything in front of Yahweh Shai. And this lesson is really, has been really hammered into me, especially when I went to camp yesterday. That's why it says in scriptures, you cannot serve two masters, because you either love the one or hate the other. Roughly paraphrasing. So shall no harm come upon thee. And are these jabs not harm? And there's no letter J, right? So really they're yabs. And that's hilarious, because YA, right? The first two letters of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. That just goes to show you he's in absolutely everything. You're not going to catch harm if you're the elect. You'll go through tribulations and trials, but you'll make it through them. And it's on to the next. We have to remember these fundamentals, because Satan is going up and down. He's hitting countries at times, man. Like, damn, before, it was individuals, then it was multitudes, now it's motherfucking countries, then it's gonna be continents. and then we'll see the militaries all meet in the Valley of Jehoshaphat for the war, and then Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and then boom, end of this nightmare. We just have to do no evil. And the only way for that to happen is for the elect. Because you'll know the names. You'll realize there's nothing more powerful than the names. As Yeshaya, my brother, likes to bring out, Proverbs 18 and 10. And the names of Yahweh Shai are like a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it. Roughly paraphrasing. So I ended off with James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good, and doeth it not, to him it is sin. All right, I'm going to read that again. This is James chapter 4, verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good, and doeth it not, to him it is sin. We know in 1 John 3 and 4 that the transgression of the law is also sin. But this is the same concept, but now it's more personalized, because if you really believe yourself to be an elect, you're gonna have a conscience. And when that conscience acts up, when you know you're not supposed to be doing something but you do it anyway, and it spiritually cuts you, that's sin. We know at this point, at least we should know, that there's nothing in this world that's more powerful than being under subjection to Yahweh Shai. There is no burden more easy than serving Yahweh Shai. There is no yoke that is easier to bear than serving Yahweh Shai. Alright, so as we continue to evolve and watch these stories, we have to keep praying, not only for ourselves, but for those that love his appearing. And the only ones that will love and really truly one is appearing and love is appearing, ultimately the whole world, whether they're ignorant to it or not, because it says in scripture, every knee shall bow. But as of right now, the ones with the eye salve, we just got to keep watching and praying, man. How is shine now, deliver us. All right, so with that, I hope y'all were edified. Shalom.